Welcome to the Tip-In Maple Leafs podcast. I'm Chad.
I'm Dale.
Normally, I would say we're coming to you after, and I would say the score, but I mean, we need to have a serious conversation. We need to have a serious conversation because the Leafs lost after a 5-day break. I guess 4-day break.
4-day break.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They got to recover. They got healthy. They got to practice. They came in to their own building and lost to the Calgary Flames 4-3. One win in their past 6 games. 0 in regulation. Their last regulation win, March 3rd against the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah.
It is now March 19th. Tomorrow will be March 20th.
And then they have 4 days off again. If they lose tomorrow, if they have 4 days off again, we'll be going on a month without a regulation win.
Yeah.
So holy, talk about like.
So let's get into it.
Wow.
Let's get into it. No bullshitting. What is wrong right now with Toronto? What do you think is wrong?
I mean, my God, man, there's so many different ways there's no quick fix. There's no quick answer. Kyle Dubis was like leaving the press box tonight, like what? Thinking the same thing. Look, I'll tell you right now. God, man, I don't think they should. I think they should pack these St. Patty's jerseys in for a few seasons. I've had about enough of these green and whites. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, bring back the blue and white. I'm ready for the blue and white to come home.
Holy hell, the St. Patty's jerseys. Like I'll pass going forward on this. I love the look of them and I love the whole whatever, but my goodness, no. Forget that. But okay, that's not why they lost. Okay. But going back to Ottawa, I think I texted you early in the evening and said, Chad, this is a carbon copy of what we saw on Sunday. 5 minutes in, 6, 7, 8 minutes in, they're down 2-0. Goals going in left and right.
Yeah, two goals on 4 shots.
4 shots instead of 2 goals on 3 shots. Yeah. Much better. Great improvement.
It's the step up you think you're going to get when your starter's in instead of your third string.
Holy
get that
hell,
one extra save to start your day.
So this is how they started the last 2 games. Yeah. But I'm thinking coming off of that Hutch debacle on where the game was over in the first 5 minutes last Sunday, 4 days off, work on whatever you need to work on, heal whatever you need to heal. Here we go, back home. Calgary's coming in. It's not like Calgary's this, oh, here comes Calgary. Like, it's the Calgary Flames. They're an average hockey team at best. At best.
They're definitely a beatable hockey team.
Of course they're a beatable hockey team. And they come in and it's just like, boom, boom, here we go again within the first 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. Like you just said, 2 goals on the first 4 shots. Game's fucking over.
Yeah, before you can even sort of get your feet wet into the game, before you can even say to yourself, well, I think the Leafs are playing good, or notice anything different.
Oh, God, playing good.
It was 2-0. But do you blame the team?
Well,
2 goals on 4 shots. You got to point a lot of fingers at Freddie Andersen.
Look, let's be just crystal clear here. Calgary had 18 shots all night. Okay, I think they had 1 in the third. Luckily, Freddie fucking stopped that.
He did.
Look, I'm not going to tear Freddie Andersen apart here, but I'm not going to be my usual chill on Freddie Andersen. Tonight's the first night where I really was like, I was like, okay, I don't know if this guy can do it, man. I kept the faith before. I'm like, okay, he'll figure it out. He's a good goalie. He's an elite goalie. Like, he'll get it. Tonight, I don't know what the fuck I was watching there, man. I'm watching this guy, the expressions on his face, his body language after the goals. That's what I didn't like. That's where I'm like, no, fuck, I texted you, put Campbell in after the first period. I want to see Campbell to start the second. I didn't like his body language.
No, he looked he looked like he was lacking confidence.
Oh,
He looked completely deflated. Like, he looked like a guy who's thinking in his head, I can't stop a fucking thing. That's what he looked like.
not good.
No.
What do you think the team in front of him's thinking?
Oh, they're thinking the same. They'll never say it. They'll always say he's a brick wall. He's going to be there for us. Freddie's done so much. But in the actual truth of things, I think it was in The Athletic, had a great article breaking down Freddie Andersen over the last year. This guy has regressed.
Oh, are you kidding? He has
regressed down to like bottom of the league in starters for all his numbers, everything. He is so average. It's ridiculous. Like, so average. You cannot win with an average goalie.
You're right.
They've upgraded the team. They've upgraded the defense. He's facing less shots. They're more structured. He's not making the saves.
No, not right now. He's not. No, he
hasn't been for a year. He's had some good games.
He's had some decent games, but no, you're right. You're 100% right.
He's been an average goalie since last February.
It's very concerning. It's very concerning to me. Like, I'm just not liking what I'm seeing out of this guy, body language wise, and just his emotions after the goals go in. Like, it's almost like he's looking as like, oh, like he's okay. So, it goes off Muzzin's ass. One goes in. Like, there's a couple things. There's, it's not all Fred here, but there's a couple where
how many times can you say that?
No,
how many times can you say it's not his fault?
Look, he's going. No, you're right. He's going down early. He's not seeing the puck clearly. That's the biggest takeaway is he's not seeing the fucking thing at all.
He's not reacting. Like,
he's not reacting
NHL
either.
Goalies never see the puck. They always have fucking people in front of them. Everything's getting tipped left, right, and center.
But it doesn't even
wouldn't
look
be called
like
a tip in if there was no tips.
But it doesn't even look like he's like hard out on the top of the crease, like looking for it, fighting through body. He's not. He's just kind of like hoping it hits him. That's what I'm looking at right now. Like that. Fred.
And he's not reacting, which means you're right. He's not seeing it. Like, even when it deflects, he's not seeing it till it's over his shoulder. You look at other goalies, their legs are kicking out, their arms are kicking out, their eyes on the puck. Freddie's not doing that, man.
He's going down in the butterfly, and that's about all he's doing.
He's doing like Ed Belfour in his last year with the Leafs. Basically, Belfour just went down in the butterfly and hoped to God the puck hit him because he was too old to react anymore.
Yeah.
That's what Freddie's kind of looking like. And I don't think Freddie's too old to react. It's something mental. He just, I don't know, man.
Look, it's okay. Like going, oh God.
You only have Campbell.
I'll go. Yeah, I can't. Okay, we'll get into this later, but I just want to quickly say, just staying on tonight's game quickly. So they lose 4-3. They outshot the Calgary Flames 27-18. So again, the Flames scored 4 goals on 18 shots.
Markstrom made 3 really good saves.
Oh, he made some great saves. Matthews hits a post. Like, there was a couple chances the Leafs had to bury it. Yeah, you made a great save on Matthews. Yeah, for sure. Markstrom made some great saves. Yeah. Block shots is the category tonight where I'm like, this is completely insane. Want to take a guess at the block shots that Calgary had and the block shots that Leafs had? Just take a stab at it. Take a stab.
I have no idea.
Take a stab.
25 block shots for the Flames. 10 for the Leafs.
Okay, you're right in the ballpark. The Calgary Flames blocked 29 shots tonight.
Okay.
And the Toronto Maple Leafs blocked 7.
Right, but I always find block shots is a weird stat because if you have the puck, you're not blocking it.
Fair enough.
So it's one of those things that if the Leafs are controlling the play, and
that's fair.
Taking it to the Flames, and the Flames it's like hits. You can out hit a team, but that just means you're chasing the puck.
1 for 3 on the power play for the Flames, 0 for 3 on the power play for the Leafs. Not like the Leafs didn't have their chances. Like you just said, Markstrom made a couple beauties, but I didn't think the Leafs power play looked great. Both teams took 3 penalties. So like, I didn't think the Leafs power play looked great. They were Matthews was trying to get the shot going, and like there was, I don't know. I thought I didn't like.
There was no urgency in their power play.
No, I didn't like the power play. Flames get a power play, win the face-off, zing, in the net.
Off Muzzin's ass. Right off Muzzin's ass in the net.
Giordano.
But I don't know. You can say what you want. That deflection off Muzzin's rear end, you can say, oh, well, went off Muzzin's rear end, whatever.
Yeah.
Freddie's got to react and stop that.
Yeah.
Like you said, he just sat there and watched it go by him. Something's wrong. Something's wrong between the pipes and between the head of Freddie Andersen.
No, you're right. Before we go a little bit further here, the goal scorers tonight: Alex Kerfoot, Mitch Marner, Jason Spezza. I thought Marner looked good. I don't know what you thought. I thought he might have been their best forward. I think.
Yeah, he was the most noticeable.
He looked like all over it. But just overall, man, and we can get back to Fred here, but I'll throw one just right at you off the hop here. Okay, like Simmons comes back. Like this is the first game they've played with a healthy lineup since January. Joe Thornton went out like 3 games in or 4 games in, and they really only played a handful of games off the top with a healthy lineup. This is the first game they played with a healthy lineup since the season basically started. Healthy lineup, 4 days off. To me, I'm thinking, okay, here we go. 25 games left. It's time. Let's get it going. The lead is... Teams are starting to catch you. Maybe a little bit of urgency in the game. No.
Are teams catching Toronto, or is Toronto stumbling back?
Well, there you go.
Because I think Toronto's playing themselves back to the pack. I don't think anybody's catching them. Nobody's really tearing it up. Toronto's playing so bad that they're falling back, and they could fall right out of first. Like our last podcast, they get a dirty slip right out of first in the second, third.
Dude, they are dirty slipping all the way. Look, as of right now, no Canadian teams currently playing. So as we sit here on Friday night, after tonight's loss to the Calgary Flames, still holding top spot because they've played fewer games than the Jets and the Oilers. But anyway, Toronto still is in first with 40 points only because they played fewer games. Toronto is in first with 40 points. The Oilers currently hold second spot with 40 points, but they're tied with the Leafs. The third spot is the Winnipeg Jets, 38 points. The fourth spot right now, Montreal Canadiens, 35 points. Vancouver, 34. Calgary, 33. So,
it's close. And as you know, a 7-point lead or an 8-point lead can go away pretty fucking fast.
Dude, here's the crazy fucking thing is that the Flames beat them tomorrow night in regulation, and they're 5 points back from the Leafs. Now the Leafs are like, instead of a runaway for first, it's like, okay, they could finish anywhere from 1 to 7.
Well, not 7.
Why the fuck not? If
the Senators have 23 points.
Okay, 6. 1 to 6. Sorry, 1 to 6.
I mean, I don't think.
No. I didn't mean 7. I meant 6. You're 6.
Absolutely right. They've gone from walking away with the North Division to putting themselves in a position where they can be fighting for the playoffs. If 2 of these teams get hot, if Edmonton and Winnipeg just go on an insane 800 winning percentage for the last 25 games, and the Leafs keep running around in the mud, all of a sudden you're dropping down to third or fourth, and you're fighting with Montreal and Calgary and Vancouver just to make the goddamn playoffs. Right. I mean, that's a worst case scenario.
That is the worst case scenario. But here's the thing, dude.
But it's coming to life.
This can't continue to slide anymore. This has to stop now, or else the Flames are going to be 5 points behind you. The Canucks are now 6 points behind you. Well, guess what? And now by the end of next week, they might be 2 points behind you.
Yeah.
Tomorrow this has to stop now.
Tomorrow's a must-win game.
Oh my God. They lose again. They lose again tomorrow. I don't know what is going. I don't know what
So let's say tomorrow, Campbell's getting the start. They've already said that.
Has this not? This is it seems like it is turned on a dime. we were skyrocketing, and now all of a sudden,
episodes ago, we were like jerking each other off. We were so happy about the Oilers series,
dude, the best hockey they've played, and now they're just in the fucking tank, can't do anything.
But let's say tomorrow, let's say tomorrow they win, and Campbell plays pretty good. We were talking about this on the broadcast. Campbell takes the reins. Do you think Keefe actually does that? If Campbell goes in tomorrow and let's say they win 4-1, he gives up 1 goal on 25 shots.
I think because of where they're at right now, Freddie hasn't shown me enough to be like,
you think even after another 4-day break, they come back Thursday and they start Campbell?
Campbell lets in 2 or less tomorrow? Yes. Doesn't let in 1 in the first 10 minutes? Yes.
Doesn't let in 2 on 4 shots?
Yes. Like what are you going to do here? Like, I believe that Fred will be their starting goalie come the playoffs. Fuck, now we're like, what? Playoffs? It could slip away from them. And if it does, we are in serious fucking trouble. Like talk about the shit hitting the fan. If this team doesn't finish in the top 4 and they slide out to 5 or 6, there's going to be axes falling on everybody's fucking heads.
I'll tell you something.
Including a blockbuster trade in the summer.
Oh, if that happens,
one of the big guys is out.
I'll tell you something.
If that happens,
if they miss the playoffs, Freddie Andersen will not be the goalie next year.
You know what, Chad? I
don't think he's going to be the goalie next year.
No,
anyway.
I think no matter what happens, even if they win the cup, he's got to win the Conn Smythe. He has to win, because they could win the cup winning 5-4 games. Like, if Fred's letting in 4 goals a game, but they're the Leafs all playoffs, but the Leafs are scoring 5 or 6, which won't happen.
The old Grant Fuhrer way to
there
win. There
you go. Sure, they're the old nose candy.
Let in 5, but make the right save at the right time.
That's right. Get into the old nose candy before puck drop, and you're set to roll. That might get you moving a little quicker, Freddie.
Slick back the skullet.
The old nose candy, Grant Fuhrer style. But look, the only way now that I see Freddie Andersen back with this team is if he wins the Conn Smythe and stands on his fucking head in the playoffs. If he's the reason they lose, we'll see what happens. I believe now they're taking that $5 million and they're spending it elsewhere. You might see a combo of Campbell and our new buddy Vinny V. Maybe that happens.
No,
or maybe okay, but maybe they give Campbell. Why not give Campbell a shot before you look elsewhere?
Campbell's almost 30 years old. He's played 70 games in the NHL.
Okay, Tim, here's an example. Tim Thomas. Know how long he skirted around before he took the starter job for the Boston Bruins?
Right. Well, I'm not saying it can't happen, but the chances that are happening, like Tim Thomas's, are 1 in a million or 1 in a thousand.
It can happen, man. It can happen.
It can. My thinking is that I don't think, if you look at Kyle Dubas's record here, he always kind of says the right thing. We all knew Kyle Dubas didn't want Mike Babcock as the coach, and he got Sheldon Keefe in there. We all knew Kyle Dubas wanted to change this team and do things, and he did it. I kind of thought last year Kyle Dubas didn't want Freddie Andersen as the goalie.
Oh, he was shopping him without saying he was shopping him. He was
pissed. He was pissed when the story broke that he was shopping him.
Sure. I don't know. Simmons? Probably.
No, it wasn't Simmons. It was like one of the legit Leaf sports writers broke it. It wasn't just Simmons puking out his asshole. So,
dude, can't get it done. Dubas I would have been shopping it. Trying to upgrade he upgraded the defense. He brought in veterans, what they needed, and some physicality up front. Guess what? Maybe we need a fucking better goalie.
I think he's seen this for a while now. Like, I think Dubas last year could see Freddie Andersen was slipping and was like, we need to make a change. Couldn't do it because changing a goalie is very hard to get a number 1 guy is super hard. How many years did we go stumbling from goalie to goalie to goalie, trying to find a number 1 guy here in Toronto?
Forever.
He didn't want to do that. He did
since Belfour, since the mid 2000s, 2004, up until basically 2015, for 10 years.
Yeah.
And I like James Reimer. Reimer came in and played well in there, but was he, like,
oh yeah, guess who has better numbers than Freddie Andersen this year?
oh God,
James Reimer. Guess who's had better numbers than Freddie Andersen since last January? James Reimer.
I always
he's playing around that level. Like we think of James Reimer as a 1B.
Sure.
Now, Freddie Andersen's numbers reflect a 1B goalie.
I'll tell you something. I always liked Reimer's heart. He was always, he never, like, he was a guy that always went on and, like, he gave you what he had in a winning or a losing effort. Like, I'm not questioning Andersen's heart, but there's just something about this guy now that it's just a little too calm and cool for me. Like, it's not time for calm and cool, Fred. You're in a goddamn contract year. You're on a team that has Stanley Cup aspirations, and you're shitting the bed, dude. You're shitting the fucking bed. So figure it fucking out. Bottom line, period. Like, come on.
Isn't it fucking shitty that he gives up 2 goals on 4 shots and then they cut to break and it always shows that PlayStation commercial with Freddie Andersen?
I'm getting sick of that fucking PlayStation commercial. I'll tell you that right now. But
I'm like, you guys picked the wrong guy.
Look, I don't want to shit all over Fred on his way out because I believe this is, barring something insane, I think this is the end of Freddie Andersen in Toronto. And it sucks because of his first 3 years. It was great, and he'll find a job somewhere, I'm sure. But I would go on right now to steal from our buddies at Overdrive. I think there is a 0% chance that the Leafs re-sign him. I don't even think Kyle Dubis has any interest in re-signing him at this point.
Yeah, I think if Dubis had a trade on the table tonight to get to upgrade and goal, that trade would be done. That trade would be done.
It's hard to do that right now.
Even if Freddie had to be the backup goalie, he would do that.
But they're not going to do that, right? Like they're going to sink or swim.
There's nobody available.
No, but they're going to sink or swim with Fred, right? Like that is what they're going to do.
As the general manager, you're looking at this. This is a season, the North Division playing Canada. If there's ever a chance to get to the Final Four and win a Stanley Cup, this is like an exceptional season to do that. And you're going to fucking blow your load because your goalie's going to let you down. If Freddie Andersen plays like this, if he plays like this, they're not going to get by Connor Hellebuck. They're not going to get by Markstrom. They're not going to get by Carey Price. He is going to bury the Leafs. And I don't want to shit on him, but he's going to bury the Leafs in a year when I think they can make the Final Four.
100% right. And if that is what ends up happening here, like the season that they have the best chance that they've had in a long time to go on a deep, deep run, cup aspirations, like I said earlier, and he ends up costing them with goals like this, it's going to be a serious problem. I hope that doesn't happen. If we can come to an end here shortly, we don't have to spend a lot of time here because we're going to do another one tomorrow night. But I just want to
coming tomorrow night.
I hope he does find his game. We need him to find his game, or we're going to see what Jack Campbell can do. Like down the stretch here, we're going to see, like, do they run Campbell a few games and try to, like, target Freddie at practice with the goalie coaches and like whatever's in his mind. And he's, a little banged up with the groin. Obviously he's been a lingering groin injury. That's going to affect anybody. The best of us. Come on. Lingering groin is going to really get you. So I get that aspect of it.
Right. But at the same time, I saw one of the analytics guys, and he wrote a thing about how Toronto has controlled in this losing skid. They've controlled almost 60% of the play. They've outshot their opponent. They've had higher scoring chances. Their shooting percentage has been way lower than it ever is for the Leafs. But the biggest factor, they have had the worst goaltending in the league, like at an .880 save percentage. So this is a team that is dominating the game. Even tonight, they outplayed Calgary.
Sure they did.
They outplayed Winnipeg most of the games they played Winnipeg. They outplayed Vancouver in the 2 games that they lost.
Sure.
shitty goals on their goaltenders.
They're not getting saves. That's it. That's
they're not getting saves.
They're not getting saves. And
so they'll get your pads.
It's time. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. But anyway, we'll see what's up tomorrow night with Jack Campbell. Before we go, do you want to quickly hit on like what your thoughts were on Galchenyuk's debut? Finally sneaks in. Oh, we didn't even hit on this. Our buddy Mario Vesey he's out.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's out.
There will no longer be Jimmy Vesey hit the showers.
Good luck, Mario in Vancouver. Good luck, Mario.
He'll probably do pretty good in Vancouver.
Yeah, whatever. I'm sick of Vesey. I thought Galchenyuk brought more tonight in one game than I've seen Vesey bring all year. He was banging on the. Did he score?
Faster.
No, he's faster. He's more physical. You could notice him.
Yeah, I thought his timing was off, but he hasn't played in the NHL for
no doubt. If he can play like that, are you not taking that guy over Jimmy Vesey every day, all day? Like
he kind of looked like he had a bit of Hyman in his game. A lot of hard forechecking and stuff. If you could tone that and get his timing back, he'd be a good fit with Tavares and Nylander.
I agree, and we'll still see what happens there with the lines ultimately going forward, even maybe as early as tomorrow. But I just thought Galchenyuk did not look out of place. He looked like a top six forward to me in his debut. And look, I think he's got to know, like, this is it. This is it. I have to succeed here or I'm fucking toast. Yeah. I'm an AHLer.
If you can't produce with John Tavares and William Nylander, you're going to wind up like Jimmy Vesey.
No, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
And one last thing. What did you think about Spezza, Thornton, Simmons? What did you think about that line?
Well, that was not really like the thing, right? Like that was only at times.
At times, but when they were on the ice together, I was kind of loving it.
Yeah.
If you could go back 5 years ago and tell yourself that you'd be watching a Leaf game and one of the lines would be Joe Thornton, Jason Spezza, and Wayne Simmons, you'd be like, "Fuck off."
No chance. But
pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, any line with Simmons on it, I'm gonna be a fan of. But we'll see where that goes heading forward. But anyway. Leafs lose 4-3 in regulation to the Calgary Flames, have not won a game in regulation since March 3rd against the Edmonton Oilers. One win in overtime in their last 7 games. What the hell is tomorrow going to bring?
We will find out tomorrow. And we will be back tomorrow with another episode, hopefully talking about the Leafs win and a little ride on the Jack Campbell. The Jack Campbell Express.
If not, we're gonna have some serious, like, it's going right in the brunt. As hard as it can go, it's going right in the brunt.
It's already in the brunt.
Yeah, that is.
It feels like it's in the brunt.
It is in the brunt, but it's going deeper in the brunt. If they can't pull out a win tomorrow, oh my God.
Holy fuck. Well, listen, for the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast, on Twitter at the Tip In Podcast. Email us at tipinpodcast@gmail.com. Check out our YouTube channel, Tip In Maple Leafs Podcast. Hit like, hit subscribe, and check out our website, www.tipinsportsmedia.com. You can find the podcast anywhere that it's available, as well as check out all the great clips that we have up on YouTube. And until tomorrow night, after a Leafs win,
oh, I hope so.
A first win since almost fucking February.
I hope tomorrow night we're not coming on here doing another loss because it's gonna be crazy.
No, I want to have a good night tomorrow. I want to come on and like have a few beers and celebrate and be in a good mood. If they lose again, I'm gonna come on here. I'm gonna remember in Slapshot when they're doing the fucking fashion shows and the guy turns to the owner and he says, I'm going to go out there and wiggle my fucking dick at him, Joe. I'm sick of this, you cheap fuck, doing these fashion shows. I'm going to walk out there and fucking wiggle my dick at him. That's going to be me tomorrow.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'm going to wiggle my dick at him.
It's going to be full Reg Dunlop tomorrow night. If they lose again, we're going full Reg Dunlop. Hopefully they got to start getting this thing back on track. Time's ticking, boys, and can't continue to slide. Cannot do it.
Is Jack Campbell gonna plug the hole? We'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll find out. Stay tuned. We'll get to that later.
All right. Thanks for listening to the Tip in Maple Leafs podcast. We'll catch you
tomorrow night or tonight, depending on when you're listening to this. But ultimately,